Hey guys, what's going on? It's Spot the Aussie here with Monza, round number 9 of our F1 McLaren mod challenge. I'm just here chilling at the moment with my girlfriend in the background who's a little bit sick. How you going, Simi? She's not doing well. Get me 50 likes in this video and all of a sudden she will be fixed. She will be walking this earth once again and not feeling the pain of sickness. And we're going to have to roll on from there because we are rolling straight into the race. We've done some mechanical upgrades with our car, but at the moment it's Mercedes 1, 2, Vettel at 3rd, Ricciardo at 4th, Verstappen 5th, Räikkönen at 6th. It's a very, trendy, similar, line that we always see. We're in 7th, but you know what was funny? Look at the time that we did. We did a 1:15.835, and look at the time that Raikkonen did, a 1:15.835. So we must have been less than a millisecond or a nanosecond slower than Raikkonen over the line, and that was with our super overtake mode on. I've been using super overtake in order to do that. Where did Button qualify? And not qualifying 12th, and we're putting both of our drivers on soft tires. We're going to try and push the cars as much as they possibly can go. This is a 26-lap race. All the lights are going on. They're going to come out any second now, and here we start at the Monza GP. It's a very average start for Alonso, but he's going to be on the inside of the track, which means if we put him on super overtake mode, he should be able to get on the inside of Bottas and make the pass stick. He does, but at the moment he's going to be absolutely gawked there at the start. Wow, he's had the door shut on him following Raikkonen there, and now he's been closed up a little bit and dropped all the way back into 9th position. Not where we want to be. Remember, last race we had to get 4th, otherwise we were going to be fired. Now it's really a pump or dump situation. We need to do better now. Just turning up in my head. Hey guys, what's going on? It's Spot the Aussie here with Monza, round number 9 of our F1 McLaren mod challenge. I'm just here chilling at the moment with my girlfriend in the background who's a little bit sick. How you going, Simi? She's not doing well. Get me 50 likes in this video and all of a sudden she will be fixed. She will be walking this earth once again and not feeling the pain of sickness. And we're going to have to roll on from there because we are rolling straight into the race. We've done some mechanical upgrades with our car, but at the moment it's Mercedes 1, 2, Vettel at 3rd, Ricciardo at 4th, Verstappen 5th, Raikkonen at 6th. It's a very, trendy, similar, line that we always see. We're in 7th, but you know what was funny? Look at the time that we did. We did a 1:15.835, and look at the time that Raikkonen did, a 1:15.835. So we must have been less than a millisecond or a nanosecond slower than Raikkonen over the line, and that was with our super overtake mode on. I've been using super overtake in order to do that. Where did Button qualify? And not qualifying 12th. We just had a bit of a drop there. My pile is collapsing on itself as we speak, and we're putting both of our drivers on soft tires. We're going to try and push the cars as much as they possibly can go. This is a 26-lap race. All the lights are going on. They're going to come out any second now. And here we start at the Monza GP. It's a very average start for Alonso, but he's going to be on the inside of the track, which means if we put him on super overtake mode, he should be able to get on the inside of Bottas and make the pass stick. He does, but at the moment he's going to be absolutely gawked there at the start. Wow, he's had the door shut on him following Raikkonen there, and now he's been closed up a little bit and dropped all the way back into 9th position. Not where we want to be. Remember, last race we had to get 4th, otherwise we were going to be fired. Now it's really a pump or dump situation. We need to do better now. There we go, we're back on fire. Alonso, deep under brakes, has now gone up into 6th position. He has passed 3 cars in the matter of 1 corner, and that's because our car really favours its brakes more than anything. And we're going to burn off fuel into super overtake mode for a little bit. We might just drop back into high mode now that we have a bit of a gap. There's no point sticking it up behind Verstappen if we're not going to be able to push beyond him. I feel like the cars ahead of us all are much better anyway, so we're looking at about 5th or 6th position as kind of like what we want to achieve by the end of this race. As for Button, another top 10 finish would be absolutely amazing, but possibly not viable. And the other thing we have to look out for is weather. We just want to have a quick look out every now and then to check. It's not going to rain because it's very dynamic here and anything could happen. We're just getting dive bombed now from Raikkonen, but as we put Alonso up into super overtake mode, look at that. He's able to pass Verstappen, makes it stick and drives away from them both a little bit. So let's just have super overtake mode on for a little bit. The strategy here is that if he's on super overtake mode, he's going to use up more fuel, go faster, and by having less by having less fuel on board, by using up more now, because you can't refuel in the F1 Championship, the car will naturally go faster by about 0.1 to 0.2 than what it usually would with a heavier fuel load. So that's our bit of a trick for trade. As for Button, we can push him as much as he possibly want, because he will most likely be lapped, given the rate that how fast Alonso in the top 3 usually lap. And Button moves up to 11th. He's just posted his personal best first sector, so it's a good start. We are getting on the back of this pack ahead of us, which is quite a surprise, actually. Let's just wind it back a little bit. We've just posted the fastest second sector of the race, and it's just working out in our favor right now. We're doing a really good job. Tire temperature is in that medium range. It's good. It's where it needs to be. Doesn't look like it's going to rain anytime soon. I just want to wind everything back now, because there's no point pushing. We want to get as much life out of the tires. And as you can see, we just posted the fastest lap ever. Personal best lap and fastest lap of this particular race, I should say. I shouldn't go to the extent of saying ever, because I'm sure other people have gone faster. If they're, of course, in the main top two cars, they would definitely be faster. But we are now traveling along at a pretty mediocre speed, given now we're not pushing as much. We might just go back into push mode, because it looks like the tyre temp could go into push mode without being penalised too much. And we're being caught by Raikkonen just a little bit. Raikkonen just posted his fastest time of that race with a 1:22.3. 1.5 seconds faster than Alonso. But I'm okay with that. I'm okay with just sticking it out there for now. Button now looking to overtake Nico Hulkenberg. So Button's doing a great job as well, and he has some pretty good brakes in that car, so I wouldn't be surprised if you see a sneaky move on these guys ahead of them. They are on a different strategy, using the more harder compound, so it's up to us to try to undercut the cars behind us by pushing out a big enough gap for that to happen. And we're in that range where we've got 55% tyres overtaken, and now Jenson Button has gone up into 10th position, so that is great from both of our drivers. Button on a bit of a charger, and I'm happy for him to keep pushing it. It looks like Massa has already signaled that he wants to go in the pits. It's very early to go into the pits. I'm a little bit surprised that he's already at 31%, so he's locked up somewhere during this race, and it doesn't seem to really work with the current setup he's got in the car, which would make it a little bit interesting to have a look at the cars ahead of us. How's everyone else? How's Ricciardo? He's at 52, so he's got 5% more. Jenson Button has just crashed. Button has just crashed off the start. We've got a virtual safety car. That is absolutely shocking. I can't believe it. He said, I crashed. Sorry, guys, that sucked. What the fuck? I can't believe Button crashed. We only had him into push mode. We didn't have him into overtake mode, so I'm surprised by that. And it's only going to be a virtual safety car, so it's not going to be the safety car that we wanted, which would have drawn us into the pits and then, you know, restacked the group with everyone else, but that's okay. I don't know. I don't know what to say. What's his park condition? Everything is fucked. It's red. The alarm bells are going off in the cockpit. He's just going to sit there in the garage for the rest of the race. That is poor. That is piss poor. We might have to replace him with Van Dorn. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comment section below. If there's enough support to get him replaced by Van Dorn, the reserve driver, I'm happy to do it. I think he's out the door anyway, much like his real-life season that he just had. But how are we going? We're at 34%. So we could probably push for one more lap and then come in. Or come in this lap, I should say. We don't want to get below 25%. That would be really bad. But so far, thus well, 122 is our last lap. Faster than Raikkonen. We're about the same time, but much slower than the guys ahead of us. But that's okay. We're there. We're at where we need to be. The tyres are now starting to get eaten alive. Now, what do we want to do? We could go to hard tyres and try to complete this race, but I feel like our performance would dramatically drop. Let's do that. Let's do something a little bit different. We usually go to softs and then we go to softs again. You know what? Oh, it's going to start raining in about 2 laps. Let's forget about pitting altogether then. Let's go back into conserve mode. So, what we're doing here is we're essentially looking to do another lap on these worst tyres, because if we pit now for soft tyres, that's going to screw us, and then pit in about 1 lap's time. Even though we're going to be on scrub tyres, it's better to be on scrub tyres than go into the pits for softs and then come out intermediates. If we go out on intermediates now, our times would be about 15 seconds slower. So that's why we're doing that. So let's go to conserve mode. They're at 20%. We can get one more lap out of them, and then the rain is absolutely going to bucket down. So far, I don't know what to say. It could have been a little bit better. We could have planned for that a little bit more. It's hard to say. Kimi Räikkönen's going to come out on intermediate tyres now, I believe. Or is he not? No, he's going to come out on medium tyres. I don't know why he wants to do that. That's a little bit insane to the membrane. It's going to keep raining. Does he think it's not going to rain for that long? Do I not know something? With another virtual safety car? Are these guys pitting? They're not pitting either. I feel like we have to pit. It's not going to start raining till about mid-lap. Alright, we're going to pit for intermediates. It's the only call I know how to make right now. It's the only call we can make. So let's go in the pits. Unless there's something that's going to tell us that we shouldn't be pitting. Which I don't think is going to be the case. No, it's faded. It's definitely going to start raining more and more. I don't know why more cars aren't coming in for intermediate tyres. Look at that. And as the next little bit of lap rolls over, I'm expecting it to start to completely drizzle down and then dramatically get wetter. We might be slower for this first part, but that's okay. If we could have held on for one more lap, which would have been a complete mess in my opinion, it might have worked for us a little bit better. But the fact that Räikkönen is on hard tyres, he's going to have to double pit. He just had to do 2 pit stops because of that. That wows me a little bit. But anyway, we're up to 5th position. We've got a bit of a gap to Alonso by 11 seconds. So that gap is now dusted. There's no way we're going to be able to compete for 4th position now at this rate. However, 5th, or 6th I should say, Kimi Räikkönen is our next target, who's too far behind at this stage. There's no way he's going to be able to catch us. And they're punishing their tyres, trying to get them up to temperature. We might just do the same. And we'll have to monitor this to see when the next car's going to come in, because I don't think intermediate tyres will last the entire race. So I'm hoping that another change in weather happens about lap 22. That would be absolutely fantastic if it did. That would mean that we could come in and pit and work out our strategy a little bit more. In the meantime, Massa's also crashed. That was a little bit earlier. He's out of the race as well. And we are absolutely pushing, much like everyone else around us. The front couple of guys. Would we have been into this battle had that accident not occurred? Potentially, but you know what? I think the fact that we are now losing by a couple of seconds here. Look at that, 15 seconds. The gap is increased by about 4 seconds ever so recently. Let's go back into neutral mode. See what this weather's going to do. I cannot see these cars pushing around on those baggy tyres. They can last 15 laps to 17 laps. Mate, if you're telling me that these guys... Let's have a look at the telemetry. Lap 12. If they went 15 laps... Yeah, they could get it there. They could just get it there, but the tyre would be absolutely stuffed, and the fact that everyone else is pushing would make it even more insane. I think that we push, and then we pit again, anyway, regardless. So if we push, we're using up a little bit more rubber, but we're going to use a little bit more rubber to try and push that gap back to Räikkönen. That's currently at 13 seconds anyway, so that is our little trick for trade. I cannot see Räikkönen going the entire way with 71% anyway. So that's what we're going to do. Let's just not push just yet. Is it going to rain so much that everyone's going to have to pit for complete wets? That's the other question. I can't see them doing that. I really hope that they're not able to get the whole way, because that's going to screw up us, isn't it? Let's go into high mode, push this gap out a little bit more. It's still 14 seconds, so we need to get how far? We need to get comfortably a lot more than that, because we sit in the pits for about 8 seconds, and then the actual lane itself takes about 10. So it's at least 20 more seconds. So we want to get that gap further than what it currently is, and we're pushing. It's a bit of a risk, because if you push while it rains, you can always crash the car. And what's going to happen here? It's just going to keep getting wetter and wetter. It's sped up all the way so far. Gap is now 17 seconds and increasing. The gap still to Ricciardo has stayed the same, despite the fact that we've been pushing. I want to pit now, do I? Is that what I want to do? Yeah, let's just pit now. How much percentage does it use? Does it use that much? No, let's just push a little bit more and then we'll pit. As long as it stays above 25%, which at this rate it should. It's losing about 1% every 1/7 that we get around the track, so it should be fine. So in the pits he comes, for another set of intermediates. It's going to be a balanced stop. I was asked in the comment section before, why aren't we doing fast pit stops anymore? You can even tell that when we do balanced stops, we still have a lot of issues with cars having mistakes in pit lane, even though we've got a really good pit bay. So we go out to 5-second stop. The pit lane pushes us out to about 26 seconds. So we're down into 6th position, but we still want to be able to gain on Räikkönen in order to pass him. That should be possible. The fact that Räikkönen only has 40% tyre tread left, and he's now going to be in a little bit more of a conservative mode, is going to work in our favour. We can actually go into complete attack mode, because it's only 4 more laps to go with these tyres. Attacking shouldn't be that much of an issue, despite the fact that it's going to keep on raining, which is a little bit of a danger sign for us. Let's fast forward it. What is Räikkönen's time? It's a 4-second gap that's currently increasing as well. Not good. Not good, not good. Come on, keep pushing. I'm hoping that the more that we push, the more Räikkönen has to push, the more it's going to put his tyres under 25%. So I'm confident we're going to be able to pull him back in just right at the end of this race. We will have 3 more laps to go once we cross the line, because it's only lap 24 of 26. He's going back into conserve mode now, so is as he is for the engine. There's a change for the leader. Looks like Hamilton's pitting as well. So Hamilton's come out in 4th position. He's going to be hunting down Ricciardo, who also will struggle on those tyres. But we are now all over the tail of Räikkönen, and this should just be a case of time more than anything. He might be able to hold us up for a little bit here, but we should be able to stick it down the inside somewhere and make it happen. We're side by side. How is he going? He's still not... Yeah, there you go. Straight line speed. Once we kick out of the corner, we're fine. What is he on anyway? I'm just curious to see. He's on 18%, and now he's actually pushing the car. Because we've gone by him, he still thinks he's going to be able to get back. Vettel has just posted the fastest lap of the race. He is hunting down a Ricciardo. Ooh, he just missed out on getting Ricciardo. He posted the fastest lap. Ricciardo had a mechanical issue just near the end there. He actually pushed all the way on those veteran tyres, all the way on those tyres that were rubbed down completely. Our gap was 33 seconds. And if we still get rid of that 20-second pit stop, that puts us down to about 14 seconds anyway. So it's a competitive result for us. We stick in there at a 5th position. I'm really happy with that, actually. That's not a bad sign. We went to 60% tyre tread. Button, unfortunately, crashing. And I will show you guys what the stats are going to look like afterwards. I was asked by one of my viewers, I believe his name was Zio, I'd have to double check that, and that he wants to see the after stats to see, you know, a bit more interesting part of the game. But yeah, most cars stuck to a one-stop strategy, and that's because these guys got lapped. As for Vettel and Alonso, we pitted once, needed to, because we ended up pushing it earlier in the race in order to get ahead, and we needed to pit regardless for the tyres. I was starting to look a little bit sick. As for the standings, where are we? Potentially someone might get done for cheating as well. Scrutineering always happens. Our risk of rule break is low, and that's because of Alonso's engine. It doesn't get picked up, and no one else gets picked up. So it's a 5th position for us, which is not going to help our case. Let's have a look. How happy is the chairman going to be? And if he's 0% again, he's going to give us an ultimatum of 4th or above. Maybe even 3rd or above. Oh, his happiness went up to 36%? That can't be right. No, it went down by 10. After getting that podium, it's gone down quite significantly. But Van Dorn, his stats just keep picking up. So does Alonso. Alonso is improving little bit by little bit. He's nearly getting about 20 in each. It's taking actually a very long time. As for Van Dorn, even though he's not getting a lot of track time, he is increasing. But as you can see, Jenson Button has 4 and a bit stars compared to Van Dorn, who's only got 3.5. He's that much better of a driver that I think once we put in Van Dorn, you will definitely see the car start to fade. But if we put him in now, it should speed up his process in improving and potentially, you know, make a bit of a means of getting to his fuller potential, which is about the same potential as Alonso. Alonso's age 35. I imagine once he gets 1 more or 2 more years into his season, he's going to start declining his stats, because that's what happens once they start to move over. It's a big payday for us. It's put us back in the positive. Hopefully my girlfriend revives herself after this. She's just watching some movies, but she'll be fine. She'll be alright, Siri. Won't you, Simi? Anyway, guys, thanks for tuning in. Please give this video a thumbs up. Comment, a subscription would be great as well. I've got 1,254 and we're only climbing from there. Thanks very much, and I'll do a back-to-back episode for you guys right now.